Zoe, what does this mean for the SNB? Does it give it some leeway, maybe not to tighten policy, but to at least consider removing some of the emergency-type policy it introduced in the wake of the financial crisis?
This obviously is very good news for the Swiss National Bank. Swiss policymakers have been fighting an overvalued franc for the last decade, and while this 120 level is largely symbolic, it does mean that they have one less thing to worry about. Regarding the future, they will still be quite hesitant. Central Bank President Thomas Jordan has made very clear that the situation on financial markets still is very fragile, and that policymakers don't want to do anything to what he called provoke a new appreciation of the franc.
Yeah, has the Swissy, Zoe, lost its allure as a haven? I mean, is there still fear among the corridors of the SNB that, you know, amidst this political uncertainty, that the Swissy could regain that allure as a safe haven asset?
The safe haven aspect always is quite an interesting one. The franc used to be the safe haven, or one of the main safe havens for whenever there was uncertainty in the market. Recently, it seems to have a bit less allure in that respect. If you think about last year, during the French elections, the franc did very much appreciate, but this year, during the Italian one, which we could say is maybe less of a reason for uncertainty, there was very little, there was no appreciation in this regard. If you look, one of the things you always think about is how much the SNB might be intervening here. If you look at the SNB's intervention tally, while that was at a very high rate, at a very high level in 2015 when they dropped the franc, it's decreased. While still intervening, it's decreased the last 2 years. And if you look at sight deposits, that's probably the best measure to figure out whether something is happening or not. Those have been very constant this year, so that would suggest that the SNB might have been doing nothing at all to intervene in the franc.